Hello there, and welcome to another episode of the Farr Show, where I am Farr, and tonight, we're talking about the MCU once again. Because, well, if I'm being honest, I'm not MCU'd out. I'm actually an MCU withdrawal. I just rewatched Ant-Man and the Wasp, and it's great, seeing as how it came on Blu-ray. But really, there's not much to talk about, really new news, because, well, they've announced some casting, stuff like that. Nothing major to me, if I'm being honest. I just want to see a trailer again. I really could use a trailer for Avengers 4 or Untitled Avengers film and Spider-Man Far From Home. So hopefully soon, we'll see what those are. I would really like to. So let's start off with what the future is for the MCU that's announced right now. So Captain Marvel comes out in March 2019. And like I said, people are probably having MCU withdrawals at this point, because normally they release them around every 3 months. This time it's a big gap, which is like 8 or 7 months here, from July to March. That's a huge gap. What happened to having one in November? I don't know. I liked 2017 was, I think, the best year of the MCU for film-wise, because they had Guardians, then they had Spider-Man, and then they had Thor, and they were pretty well evenly spread out throughout the year, which was great. So, Captain Marvel, people are going to be MCU withdrawal, going through it, and they'll need to watch another MCU movie, so I feel this movie is going to do way better than it should. So, if I'm being honest, I watched the trailer. I don't think the trailer was that great. Am I excited for the movie? Yes, because it's an MCU movie. I can't wait to see it, because I've seen all of them in theaters except Doctor Strange, which we'll get to later. Then there's the Untitled Avengers film coming out in May of 2019. Something tells me they may move it to April. Like late April, kind of like they did with Avengers Infinity War, but we'll see. Nothing's really known about it other than it takes place where the other one left off. So, I'm excited. Spider-Man Far From Home, this is probably, other than Avengers, my most anticipated film they have announced. No offense to Captain Marvel, and it's not really saying much when they only have 3 films announced. So, I'm really excited with the new black suit. I'm really excited to see this new suit. Like, it looks cool. It looks just like the Way Off show colors, by the way. I just wanted to point that out. Continuing on, though, where, it's great. I think it looks great. I like the Stark suit. I think it's the best suit in Spider-Man history. That's my personal opinion, not being a huge Spider-Man fan. I say that in every video that I talk about Spider-Man, but I've been talking about him a lot. So, let's talk about the MCU future that's unannounced here, where Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 was announced, and then they kind of canned it with the James Gunn thing. So, it's gonna come out, let's be honest. Unless the actors say we're not doing it, and they all get killed in Infinity War Part 2, which is what I'm gonna start calling it from now on again. They're making a third one. Then Ant-Man and the Wasp 2, or Ant-Man 3, is gonna sooner or later hopefully get a sequel, because I love Ant-Man 1 and Ant-Man 2. I think they're 2 of the best Marvel movies. They're kind of their own separate story, but I like it. It's kind of like how, it fleshes out the universe more with these side stories that aren't like earth-shattering events that could be happening. Black Panther 2, that's going to definitely come out. That movie broke so many records. And to be honest, came out, when it came out, it was still in theaters by the time I saw Infinity War. So that's like 4 or 5 months. That's insane. Like, that's a long run, because it was still making money consistently. Then Doctor Strange 2, where I'm going to talk about Doctor Strange. First off, here is all my MCU movies. I'm making hand gestures behind the photo, but that's not important. So this is all my MCU collection, so I have all of them. I didn't watch Doctor Strange until I watched all of them on Netflix. It was the one I missed. I just don't remember what I was doing that day. Someone invited me to go, and I just didn't go. I wish I would have went, and I hope to see it, because like I said, that's the only one I haven't seen in theaters. But as you can see, I have it on 3D Blu-ray. So I assume there's going to be a 2 eventually here. Thor 4, this is kind of the one that I'm just like on the fence about. I don't think it'll happen, but I really want it to happen. Hopefully it includes the Incredible Hulk in some way, because that would be a letdown if it didn't. That or Black Widow should really include the Hulk and give like a weird love story. I think that'd be amazing. Black Widow and Bruce Banner trying to make it work in kind of a romantic comedy style movie with superheroes in the background. Kind of like what I said about Amazing Spider-Man 2. Avengers 5, because we know it's going to happen eventually. They're going to keep making Avengers movies. So, Avengers 5 is going to happen eventually. It's not announced, but we all know it's happening. And then these are some Fox properties that they're going to get. Fantastic Four, I think, would be a great one to start with here. I know Fantastic Four was just remade with Michael B. Jordan and Miles Teller. But, do it again, MCU. Look at what happened with Spider-Man. Hit it out of the park. I love Spider-Man now, and I was never a big Spider-Man fan. So, big deal there. And then I feel, instead of introducing the whole X-Men right away, that'd be a big, big stretch. I think you should introduce Wolverine and kind of say he's been there all along and show, like, him meeting certain MCU characters. Like, I would say Captain America back in the 40s. They meet, but Captain America just doesn't remember him. And then, little see him on the news type of a thing. And then he'd be like, I remember that guy or something like that. Subtle nods that, make it seem more broad type of a thing, broadening the MCU back in the past. I think that'd be great. And Wolverine would be a good way to do that. So, what do you think about the MCU future? Do you think it's going to continue? I think it's going to continue at least for another 10 years. I'm excited to see the Marvel Studios 20 logo because they have the 10 right now. When they get to 20, that'll be insane. So, tell me in the comments below what you think is going to happen. Do you think any of these unannounced movies are going to come out? Which ones do you think are coming out that I didn't mention here? Because maybe there's one I completely forgot. Like the War Machine movie. So like I said, please tell me in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell icon, and have a far off night.